guy, Umar Johnson himself. And he said, at least I was paying child support. Why do some men think that's enough? But that's besides the point. But does anybody want to comment on what Umar Johnson? Are you guys fans of Umar Johnson? Him been on that school for the past 10, 15 years? He is a part pro-black,
I thought he was absolutely out of pocket. And it was actually pretty sad to see him in that light. To be quite honest with you, I'm not a big Dr. Umar fan, but the fact that he came at his daughter like that is completely wrong. I'm not saying that her bringing it to the internet was also okay, but at the end of the day, you are her father. And to get on the internet and say that, and then I agree with you, Cuto. I don't understand why some men, I'm not going to say all, but some men think that a child support check is synonymous with being a great father or a father, period. And the two are not the same at all. It takes more than paying child support to be a good father or to be a father or to be active in your child's life. So nah, I'm not in agreement with what he did, and I thought he was out of pocket, and I felt like he was high-key trolling.
You think he was trolling? No, I think he was
definitely trolling.
You think he was trolling?
Oh yeah, baby Smurf, Papa Smurf.
Yeah.
He never even called her a daughter.
I mean, I didn't know he had I did know he had a couple baby mamas, but I think he was still serious though. Like, I don't think he should have addressed anything, honestly. Like, okay, his wife, just like what's that guy? I forgot his name, but I don't think he should have addressed anything. But then again, Dr. Umar be wanting clout, so I think he probably said all that just for attention.
But you don't think, based on what he said, all of what he said, it obviously has no relationship with the mother or the daughter. And if he does have one, it's not an alcoholic one, right? Because you could tell that the animosity that came off from that and the anger, and he wasn't in her life, nor was he in the mother's life. He sent a check every month and probably said, "How you doing?" But what she's asking for and what he's been doing, obviously, are two different things. So he wasn't in her life besides a check, which I think is wrong. But the man preaches about black love, black family. I mean, I think he's the most racist piece of shit in my life, but I just think the way he speaks and the way he comes off and how he treats his own are definitely hypocritical, right?
Wait, you think he's racist?
I didn't feel no love right there for his daughter.
You think he's racist?
Oh, absolutely. If a white man was to say what he says, wouldn't you consider him racist? If a white man was to say what he
Race
says,
loyal.
Okay.
Would you say he's racist? If a white man was reverse what he says, if a white man said it,
no, I was just asking.
Black people, you would say he's a racist.
Can you give an example?
Oh, Dad, your audio.
I mean, where do you begin? Just the way he talks down, even calling somebody a snow bunny, even calling them out of their name, the way he talks down. Even if a black man dates a white girl, and that's who he fell in love with, it's this, and he's a sellout.
Well, sure, you don't always have to say it.
You don't have to be specific about what you say, calling somebody a racist. But if the guy decides, has a preference, or does anything outside of the black race, he calls them a racist. He says, "Oh, he's this, he's just sellout." So I think that's wrong. But I can tell you that you cannot tell me if a white man was to say what he says, you wouldn't call him a racist.
We understand. And the thing is, yes, you don't have to vocalize it, but we're not going to act like most people aren't loyal to their own kind. It doesn't need to be vocalized, but it is a fact. Most people are loyal to their own people. That's why you see most people marry into their own cultures. That's a fact across the board.
Well, Dr. Umar isn't married. He just uses women, and he's a grifter, and he uses black women because he knows black women are easy to finesse, especially if a black man is telling them saying what we want to hear. He's just gonna say what he has to say to get his bills paid. He's
I agree.
still no school, been finessing black women for years. No black wife, no black family, 2 black broken homes. You pay child support, okay. Their daughter is trashing you on the internet, so that goes to show how much that child support did.
Yeah, I don't think, to be fair, I don't think he was saying that he was a great father because he's paying child support. I think he's just trying to say that I'm not like completely abandoning the situation, like that whole deadbeat term, because I'm still trying to be involved in the way that I can. And I think he's trying to imply that he has limited opportunity to be involved.
He said that?
Because he's too busy
Yes.
grifting money from other
Yes.
black
Yes.
women. Of course not. If he focused on his family, he probably have a little bit more blessings coming his way. But
And
Yeah,
he
I
you see,
is
he's
think
crashing
responding
out.
to his daughter on social media.
I'm
Like,
It's
who's
disappointed.
over
sickening.
that?
It's sickening. I don't
What
know.
what what
what
did
you
he do
said, JJ.
exactly wrong?
I'm disappointed. I thought better of him. I thought that, the whatever he speaks of and how he carried himself and the mission and all of these things, I'm not gonna lie. I had faith in Dr. Umar. But
You have faith in who?
I mean, wait a minute. I did.
No, I'm just asking. Like,
At first, before all of this stuff came out, and I had faith that he would open the boys' school. Just on the outside looking in. I don't know the meaning. Okay, I have faith. Okay, but the thing is,
You still got faith in that man? It's crazy.
no, not anymore. Not
so
anymore.
you just stopped believing in the school?
Yes, he was making progress. He was showing progress in the school. He was
He
showing.
showed pictures?
Yes, he
I
did.
don't remember seeing no pictures.
Yes, and then he lives. Some say he lives on the school grounds. But all in all, I can say this: by a man's action is he defined. And now that we know that he's not been an active father, amongst all that he preaches is dishonorable. I do not look at him the same. I definitely unfollowed him. I just don't appreciate. And then people make mistakes. I would appreciate if he'd have got on and just simply said, "Hey, these were the circumstances. I'm not perfect. I made a mistake. Here, I try to fix it, try to mend it, try to build a bridge to his daughter, try to, reach out to her, be loving. But all of this trolling, this disrespect, this back and forth, I don't respect it.
What
And
was
so I
the
cannot
mistakes?
respect him.
Does it
Also,
really come as a surprise that he's not an active father, though?
No, what was the mistake?
that he had children. He has two children that he has fathered that he doesn't have anything to do with. He just pays child support. That's
But that's the thing. It doesn't have them because he didn't try, or it doesn't have him because the mothers kept him away from the
he
kids.
hasn't specified.
No, but that's what he
He
said. He said
hasn't.
I have. He said
He
I have
says the mother's
paperwork.
fault.
He says I have
Right.
He says the
paperwork.
mother's fault.
But
He literally said-
regardless, she's
Right.
22. She's 22.
Hmm?
The mother doesn't need to be involved anymore. She's 22.
So there's where I agree with you. I believe that at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, he should at least reach out to see if he is going to have a chance to be a father or not. But if he said he's right and he's very willing to actually go in front of the congregation with the mother of the kids and the kid so they can have a conversation, what it seems like is that this kid was poisoned by the mother and the mother kept it away from the dead. And when the mother keeps you away from the dead, the only thing you can do for the most part is pay child support and wait until one day if you have a relationship with the kid or
For
not.
both,
So
for
what
both
did he do
kids.
wrong?
Wait. For both kids,
No, that's my
from
point.
two different women.
No, he's a pookie.
He got
He chooses
multiple
his
baby
own-
mamas.
No, we're having two different conversations. This man was flirting with Sukiana. We know what he's about, right? We know what he's
I don't
about.
have
It's
any
that,
problem with him flirting with
but
Sukiana.
you see what I'm saying? Nobody is saying that he's attracted to quality woman. What I'm saying, and we said is every time, every day, you are going to try to be on your kid's life. And if the woman makes it extremely difficult to the point where you can't have access to the kids, fuck them kids, pay child support.
There's
And then
nothing that any woman could ever do that's gonna ever prevent me from being with my kid.
what you're going to do, kidnap her?
I will fight to the death.
And
You
you'll be
have
in jail.
court options. You have court options.
Oh, well,
And you
then
need-
I'm willing to go to jail, and I'm just willing to die for it.
Why do I have to fight for my kid?
That's irrelevant to this conversation.
Why
The
does
fact of the
he have
matter
to fight
is,
for the kid?
in this instance, he's turning it into content, and I think that he should handle this shit offline.
No, she did.
Why would you want to have a public meeting
Exactly.
with her?
No.
Right.
Because she's trying.
Hold on. Why would you bring the mother into it to have a public meeting when the mother has never actually went online and said anything?
Yeah.
Honestly, there are some things as men that we just have to take on the chin and we have to handle behind the scenes. This is not one of those situations where you're supposed to respond publicly, start to go back and forth and arguing with a chick online or whatever. This is not a regular situation. Somebody asked me if I would ever. I've been getting emails of people saying, "Hey, Anton, you need to invite her onto the platform and all of that." I declined to do it. And the reason that I declined to do it is because some shit is just too sensitive for you to touch. You know what I'm saying? I would never reach out to somebody's fucking daughter and have her publicly on a platform. As much as I don't even rock with Umar Johnson, as much as I don't, you know what I'm saying, really, I think he's been finessing for a long time. Some shit you just don't touch with a 10-foot pole. And if I wouldn't touch it with a fucking 10-foot pole, if I wouldn't talk to her online about you know what I'm saying, about her own father and shit, he shouldn't be talking about the shit online.
Mm-hmm.
He should be handling that shit behind the scenes.
Nope.
That is not something that, listen, this is one of those situations where you don't go online and you don't do that shit, bro. You handle it behind the scenes.
I agree with that.
You figure it out, or you just leave it alone. Some stuff you don't call her a struggle streamer. You don't do none of that shit, bro.
When they go low, we go lower. She tried to hurt his brand in public. She was yesterday on Tommy Sotomayor, and she's a bird, to be honest.
I don't think that she should.
She's a child.
She said
that's his daughter.
I don't think that anybody person.
It's a 22-year-old.
This is my personal opinion based off of what I think.
She's a
I don't
child.
think that anybody should give her a fucking platform.
A 22-year-old is a child, but 18-year-old.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
She's a grown. She's a grown woman that is accepting bags.
I don't think anybody should give her a fucking platform.
Anton, if somebody from your family was taking money from Tasha K, she's going to go on Tasha K to expose her dad.
Facts. I'm not.
And if you're fucking my brand in public, I will embarrass you in public.
That's what they would do.
Yes,
I don't think. I personally don't think that anybody should touch her with a 10-foot fucking pole. Honestly.
But that's the point. So she can go on multiple platforms. Tommy Sotomayor has a bunch of followers. Tasha K has a bunch of followers, and denigrate my name. But I can defend myself.
I don't care.
That's his karma
He's not
for being a bad father.
Yeah.
But how are you going to be a good father when the mother doesn't
over.
want you
She's
near?
20.
That shit. Listen, this shit should have been handled a long time ago before she ever even hit the internet. To be honest with you.
No, but how can you be
true.
Anton?
She's 22. At
22.
worst, 18. You could let's just say worst case scenario, the mother actually kept him from the child, which that's not something that he's ever said. You can't go back based off of insinuation or nothing. Worst case scenario, okay, now you have access to be able to reach out. And even if she say, I hate you, that's just some shit that you endure until y'all relationship get better. You fix it. You are that biological father. You got to figure that shit out, bro. You got to let them feel. You got to let them hurt. You got to let them feel some type of way until you get to a point to where y'all can actually have a conversation, or y'all can connect, or y'all deep dive. But you make up for that time that y'all don't have, and you make that sacrifice because that's yours. You created that shit. And so it's just some things that you just supposed to handle. It just is what it is, bro.
I have a question, Anton. So now you mentioned that because the mother didn't go online, she doesn't need to be addressed. But take into consideration, if the child goes online, that's going to hurt the father more than the mother going online. So, some mothers can put the child up to it, or just be like, oh, it makes more sense.
You basing that off of assumption. We don't know that. All we know is what she said, and we know what he said back. But the mother has never said anything, and she's never came out publicly and said something. So we can't go based off of assumptions. All we can go based off of is what they saying and what they communicating. You can assume anything.
It holds more validity if the child speaks up than the mother. Though.
No, not really.
It doesn't matter. The mother ain't got nothing to do with this because the mother ain't said nothing out loud publicly, and he hasn't said that she's tried to keep him from his child. That's not what he said. We got to go by based off of what he said. Y'all adding shit into it and trying to justify him being a fucking deadbeat. If you're a deadbeat, you're a deadbeat.
But there's the thing. Where did she get the information then? She gets information from the mother. If she doesn't have
Where did she
contact
get
from the
what
dad,
information? What information?
if she has this idea about the dad and she doesn't understand why, because this was kind of the why, she's getting this information from the mother. And this is
How
what
do you know?
Well, she's talking about her lived
She showed the
experience.
text messages where she tried to reach out to the motherfucker and sent them baby pictures.
Right.
Wait. She sent what?
She showed the text messages where she reached out to this motherfucker and tried to send baby pictures, and he was treating her, and he was on some I don't even know who the fuck this is. Who is this? Is this really you on some type of shit? And meanwhile, he gonna jump online talking about my number been the same. But motherfucker, you don't give her the same number as you give to the general public of motherfuckers trying to book you for to go to high school. You everybody know that's a number. That's the advertisement number. That's the number that everybody get in touch with you for if they trying to holler at you. Nigga, you got a bat phone. Everybody and every public speaker got or every content creator got a bat phone that everybody really can get in touch with them, like the real number. Don't give no public my number, but the same number. You got fucking 1 million plus followers talking about my number is the same number that everybody got. Get the fuck out.
Just 2 months ago, you were saying to Randy, if the bitch doesn't cooperate, throw the woman and the kid away. Peace on the kid toys. Peace on the and leave. You said that shit.
I said that about stepfathers not speaking to and not taking care of another man's kids. Add the context. No.
That's perfect. No, that's fair.
It has nothing to do with the biological child that's yours.
No, that's fair and that's perfect. And thank you very much for correcting me.
But you see how you tried to flip that?
No, because I admit no, because I know.
No, bro, I don't like that shit. Like if you don't say it,
you don't like that shit because it's not easy. Life is not easy, Anthony. You have to understand that, right? Life is not easy.
If we gonna do this, you gotta be for real. You can't sit there and try to finesse and try to act like I said that about.
And I didn't finesse. So, Anton, my question is,
you tried to act like I said that about biological. I said that, and I stand on that shit. I don't think another man should take care of. You should never try to play another man's save game.
Okay, that's fair. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Do with this subject.
I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, Anton Daniels from antondaniels.com. If you are a man and you have a kid with a bitch that doesn't cooperate, and you have a kid by her and she doesn't do what you want, should you throw her away with the kid too?
No.
What if I find you saying exactly the opposite? Fuck them kids.
I don't think that if you have a biological child, and you will never ever hear me say that a man should abandon his biological child ever.
So you never said fuck them kids to a biological man saying,
I say fuck other people's kids when it comes to me as a person that is not related to those children. Those are not my children. Fuck your kids.
Anton, you said that. Anton, you said that on the Peef to be Taylor. Fuck them kids. Because, you said it. I was there.
Let's be clear. Because, and again, I hate that you even bringing her in this because she don't have nothing to do with this conversation. But B. Taylor specifically spoke, and she spoke from the perspective as a single mother. And it is not a man's responsibility to take care of another man's kids. Add the context, bro.
Yeah.
And again, this is bad because now you're bringing people into the conversation that has nothing to do with it, and I don't want no association with her. I ain't speaking on her, and I'm not speaking on her situation. But the fact of the matter is, I never, ever, ever am advocating for a man to abandon his children. Ever. His biological children, I don't.
Can I ask a question? Because I do recall us having a conversation before, and we were speaking about if kids do certain things that you don't want them to do. I do recall you saying, "It's fuck that kid." You said that if they don't, operate the way that you want them to while they're in your household, if they are, rebellious towards you, or they walk a certain lifestyle that you don't agree with, you did say like, fuck them. I wouldn't have anything to do with them because you're crossing me. You did say that, and I'm not saying it's the same. But
the context. I'm gonna let you finish.
What I'm asking is it circumstantial based off what you have said? Is it circumstantial to say fuck
it's
them?
not? And the context of that is
don't listen to you.
The context of this is in my house, you're gonna abide by my rules. Now, that also comes along with the context is that you're in my house, which means that I can hold you accountable according to whatever it is that my standards are. So, for example, if I raise you to be a certain way, and this is one of the examples that people provided, right? And I'm gonna give you some of the context because I've had these conversations 1,000 times and I've never changed my position on it, right? If I raise you a certain way, and then I say, under my rules, once you get to a certain age, you will not be dating outside, or you will not go off to college, or I am not paying for you to go to school. If you decide that you want to pick your own curriculum, you're going to go based off of my rules. If you don't go based off of my rules, then you got to go.
Right.